Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for get some we don't find all the lesson from English students. We have to volunteer daily work. Even if this impossible as the study administrators when you have to select labs on the subject that scroll down to page 7 and only for lessons. There you can find list of the chapters. We can start with the chapter property. The lessons will take the cover today on probability of simple events, probability of opposite matrix using an overlapping points, experimental probability, and make predictions. So please make sure you have the book and answer so that you can down the important information as well. Let's just start with the first lesson that is the probability of simple events. So start with the lesson. This was begun once. What is the probability of orange? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The total portions of the spinel are 8, and out of 8, 6 of them are right. So the probability of orange is 6 by 4. So the correct option is 6 by 4 or 3 by 4. Let's just start with the test questions. There are 20 tablets set up for a pen. Of which 6 have green table clips. What is the probability that a randomly selected table will have a green table clip? So we need to find the probability of green. That is 6 green tables and the total tables are 20, that is 6 over 20. That is 3 over 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 3 by 10. You pick a marble at random. What is the probability of failure? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 9 over 12 multiplied by 100. So 9 divided by 2 times 100 is 75%. The correct option is that is 75%. Option number 1 is the correct option. You spin the spinner once. What is the probability of orange? So we have only three orange portion, right? Total are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is 3 out of 12. That is 25% option and one is incorrect. That is 25%. Option number one is 25%. We pick a card at random. What is the probability of drawing? That is 3 by 10. Option number two is the correct option. A dark cloud has 20 equal sections of which four are red. What is the probability that a dart will land in a red section? That is 1 by 5. Option number one is the correct option. A university class has 18 students enrolled. Four of whom are sophomores. What is the probability that a randomly chosen student will be a sophomores, which is the correct option? That is 4 over 18, which is the correct option. That is find out. Option number one is the correct option. You spin the spinner once. What is the probability of A? Simplify your answer and write down the question available. Very good. That is one out of the option number one is the correct option. That is one. You flip a coin. What is the probability of head? That is 50%. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. You can just move the next lesson. Probability of offices mutually exclusive and overlapping events. Let's just start with the next lesson. You spend the spin at once. What is the probability of not? rounding for profit, right? You have to subtract probability of the non-red. Probability of not A equals 1 minus probability of A. So that is 1 minus the probability of not round is 5 over 10. So 1 minus 5 over 10 is equals 5 over 10. Let's just start with the test questions. You roll a six-sided die. What is the probability greater than 5 or less than 2? So greater than 5 on the dice we have 6 tops. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So less than 2 we have one number and greater than 2 we have 6. Less than 2 we have one number and greater than 5 we have one number. That is 2, 1. That will be 2 out of 6. So that equals 1 over 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1 over 3. You spin the spinner once. What is the probability of 5 on that is 50%. Option number 1 is the right option. Pick a novel at random. What is the probability of not orange? So you have to do 1 minus the probability of not orange is equal to orange is equal to 1 minus the probability of orange. So probability of orange is 1, 3 out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 3 out of 3. Right? 8 minus 1 is 8 and that would be 5 over 8. Just to write in the board percentage form. So that is 5 divided by 8 multiplied by 100. So that is 16.5. The correct option is 16 point. Option number 1 is the option that is 62 blind factors. We split the spinner once. What is the probability of 2 or in blue on? So the probability is 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Spend the spinner once, what is the probability of even on less than it? That is 2 out of 3 option one is the correct option. But even is 4 and less than 3 is the you pick a part at random. What is the probability of blue or yellow? The correct option is 1. So we have 6 brown and 1 yellow. So the probability of yellow or blue is 1. You have 6-sided die. What is the probability of blue or even? That is 1 by 2 option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson afterwards. So okay, we will interested for you. The next lesson is experimental mobility. Let's just start with the test questions. Restaurants often slip take-out menus under owners of our control. So far, Umar has collected 23 menus, including 8 of Mediterranean food. What is the experimental property that the next manuscript under owners will be from an Mediterranean restaurant? So we collected total 20 menus, right? And 8 of them are the Mediterranean food. So which is the correct option? That is 4 by 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 4 by 5. That's true, my friend. Yesterday, a car rental agency rented 18 vehicles, of which 5 were goods. What is the experimental probability that the first vehicle rented today will be up? So, which is the correct option? That is 5 over 18. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 5 over. Alice Pie Shop recently sold its two more junk house. What is the experimental probability that spies India junk house? GP option. That is 1 out of 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Rosa is sitting on a bench in the mall. She noticed that 3 out of last 20 men walked by the car had beards. What is the experimental probability that the next man who walk by will have a beard? So which is the correct option? So 3 out of 3 by 12, that is 144. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 144. Amber has eaten popular donors for the past few months. All these donors were being fed donors. What is the experimental probability that the next donor, Emma, will be a green filled donor? So, which is the correct option? That is 4 over 14, so the correct option is that is 4 over 48 over 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 2 by 7. Factory expected some flaws in two out of 14 given boxes. What is the experimental probability that the next student box will be flawed? So this is the correct option. That is 1 out of 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Maybe today, let me just move on with myself. Let's just move on to the next lesson. That is make predictions. So let's just start with the next lesson. Flip the coin 4 times. What is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on tail? So the probability of tail is 1 by 2, right? So multiply 1 by 2 times 4, that is 2. So that means the best prediction possible is 2 out of 4 times in between. Right? Okay, you can. Let's just start with the test questions. You select a number without looking at a number at. If you can do it 8 times, what is the best solution possible for number of times? You will pick the blue or an orange one. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 8 is the probability of blue and orange one, right? The probability of blue or orange is 7 out of, right? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 10 you went orange. Now you did that 8 times, 7 out of 8 times. So 8 and 8 cancel out, you are left with 7. That means the possibility is out of the 8 times, 7 times will begin orange mobile. The correct option is 7 option of the one option. You select the marble without taking the back. You do this 7 times, what is the best prediction possible for the times become marble and is not better. Then the not better means that it will do, right? So 4 divided by 7, the probability of not purple is 4 out of 7 because the rest of the 4 are. So you did that 7 times, you will have to learn the probability of not purple. Sorry. Not purple is 4 out of 7. We did that 7 times. 4 out of 7 is 7. 7 that is 4 option number 1 is the correct option that would be 2. On her recent 3 attempts, Whitney made 6 shots and missed 4 shots. Considering this data, how many of her next 5 free throw attempts would you expect Whitney to miss? Which is the correct option? That no option number 1 is the correct option. The inspector found flaws in 2 out of 10 wooden boxes. Considering this data, how many flawed boxes would you expect the inspector to find in a batch of 20 boxes? So which is the correct option. That is option number 3 is the correct option. That is If you flip a coin times, what is the best prediction possible for the number of times it will land on tails? So, which is the correct option? And option number two is the correct option. And option number one is the correct option. Nickel just even factors a range of losses. Considering this data, how many of the next 20 losses that come to board should we expect for black losses? So which is the correct option? Considering this data, how many of next 20 losses that come off the board should we expect for black losses? That is 10 option of which the correct option. Okay, we can complete the lesson by yourself over the Let me just move on to the next lesson. So we're working on grade 7 math. The chapter we're working on is mobility. The lessons we have covered today are probability of simple units, probability of opposite mutually exclusive and overlapping events, then experimental probability, and then make predictions. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is what we're going to next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the like chat button. Tutors are available there to help you the question of the chat box. There to answer all your question that you have it. Your questions. Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.